I'm pleased to have Miss Angie Thornton. And Angie, you are make sure I get this right. You are, well, one of your positions that I know, you are the chairperson for the Vance County Democratic Party.
Yeah, it is the chair of the Vance County Democratic Party.
Okay.
Proudly
Good.
serving the county of Vance.
Okay. How long you been doing that, Angie?
This is my second term.
And what's the term length?
2 years.
Oh, it's a 2-year term?
Yes.
So how far are you into this second year?
I was elected in March.
Okay, just elected in March?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Now, I like to, when I get to know a person, what I like to do is find out where they come from. Tell me something about Angie. Where's Angie from? Tell me a little bit about Angie's parents, grandparents, or whatever, however far you want to go back. But that's kind of the way I like to get to know a person, is to know where they come from.
all right.
Okay.
Well, I am the great-granddaughter of Hattie Burgess. I didn't realize until later in life, I started researching that she was full Native American. So I found out a lot about my people through ancestry because, growing up, a lot of old timers, they don't want to tell their business and they don't want, and I found out, interestingly enough, because it was kind of hard doing the research because they all had white names.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was odd. So I started doing a little research. My people are out of Halifax and Hertford County. And my question to the lady assisting me when I was researching my ancestry was, why don't they have, more native sounding names? And
Mm-hmm.
she said that they would name their children white names because they didn't want their kids sent to boarding schools. Because they would round up a lot of Native American children and send them to government boarding schools, cut all their hair off, make them speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So I dove into that as well.
Okay.
So, and then my father was recruited to J.F. Webb High School in 1965. They were getting ready to help desegregate the schools.
Okay.
He was recruited as the athletic director for J.F. Webb High School in Oxford. And I'm sure that everybody is aware of the racial injustices that took place in Granville County in 1970.
Mm-hmm.
I've met Timothy Tyson. We've all read the book. I went to school with Ben Chavis's kids.
Okay.
At the time, we didn't have any idea about what was going on. And so my father abruptly left town in 1970, shortly after the riots and all of that. And I didn't find out until later in life that my father proudly stood up and they pretty much told him that if he allowed Black athletes to continue to play because they were afraid there would be a riot, that he would be fired. And so Daddy went in the school board and they trumped up embezzlement charges on my father.
Wow.
And they ran my father out of town. And I
Is
did.
that right?
Yes, they did. And we
Now
all know who they is.
Oh yeah. Now that's you said that was at Oxford Webb.
J.F. Webb High School, yes.
That was before you were born, you said, right?
Right. I was born in 1968. So
I was born.
two. I was born in 1968. So I was 2 years old when that murder took place. I was 2. And he also assisted the Black community with the changes. And you know, I didn't know all the truth about this until after my father's passing. So I feel like the work that I do in the community
Mm-hmm.
for civil rights, equality, is a continuation of his legacy. And I
Okay.
went to the Juneteenth festival last year. Mr. Ben Chavis was there, and you know, just made me feel really good about the things that my father did. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to be there to show my respects to Mr. Chavis.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened. So that left my mother, um, no job, no education, in a very destitute situation. So she was presented an opportunity to work at the orphanage, and we could benefit. We could be fed, clothed. So we grew up there, even though she worked there, that was part of her salary,
Okay.
is that she would not have to be stripped away from her children and just leave them there at the orphanage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
So
um,
now, so your mom is Indian
yes, yes,
from
she is.
The Halifax area.
My great grandmother was born in Halifax County. Then
Okay.
they migrated to Hertford County. My mother, she wasn't informed of her heritage.
Okay.
Okay. Because to be informed of your heritage, you may be carted off to a boarding school or whatever. So my mother had no idea of her lineage
Mm-hmm. Okay.
until I started researching it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
And so anyway, I'm very proud of my ancestry. I'm very proud. I think it brought me much comfort because your ancestors and where you come from is so pivotal in who you become.
It
And
is.
there's so many people out there that don't know their history.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to know their history,
Mm-hmm.
and I do. I wanted to know where I came from,
Yeah.
and it all makes sense into why I feel differently about things. I'm spiritual with nature.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just a lot of the spirit of the natives lives through me proudly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
yes, but as you can see, I didn't get I didn't get that beautiful skin. I
Mm-hmm.
have daddy's skin.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
a lot of people just assume, you know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I'm a non-practicing white.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I
That was a
got
joke.
you. So you grew up in actually in Oxford.
Yes, in Oxford. Yes,
Okay. And you went to school
I
in
went.
Oxford or at the orphanage.
Well, they had the option of going there, or you could go to public school. The kids whose parents worked there, we went to public school.
Okay.
So we were able to go to public school.
Mm-hmm.
I went to CG Cradle, Mary Potter, historical Mary Potter,
Mm-hmm.
um, Dan Hicks, and then JF Webb.
Okay. Okay. So J.F. Webb, that's high school.
Yes, it is. Class
What
of 86.
what was he? So 68. You say you were
Mhm.
born in 68.
Yes.
What time frame did that put you in high school then? What year?
I graduated in 1986.
86. Okay. What were things like in Oxford in, let's say, your teenage years?
Uh-huh.
What was the atmosphere like in Oxford?
The atmosphere in Oxford was there was not a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you rode around. Everybody hopped in a car and rode around McDonald's. We had dance parties. Um, we hung out in large groups.
Mm-hmm.
I was not gifted with athleticism, but I was a cheerleader.
Okay.
So I have a big mouth. I was probably the loudest one they ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of my time went into cheering. I was in the band for a while.
Okay.
But I enjoyed doing art, and that kind of stuff. So ball games, athletics, that was Friday night football games, Thursday night JV games. And like I said, it was nowhere. The Orpheum Theater. Oh my God, we would walk there.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday nights, we would walk to the theater. That was a beautiful theater. Did you ever go to the Orpheum Theater?
No, we didn't hang out in Oxford a lot. I grew up in for a while in Henderson, so no, didn't frequent Oxford a lot.
Right, right.
I believe if I'm not mistaken, see, junior high school. Now I graduated in '75, so I mean that's a lifetime compared to when when you came out. But
Well,
I
no,
remember, huh? What'd you say?
you're not old.
Well, yeah, well, I'm 69, so I consider
Well,
myself to be old. But I remember, I think we played Oxford a few times, football, and there was always, even in that time, it was a little racial tension going on, in Oxford sometimes, not all the time.
and what year was that?
Now I left Henderson in '75, so let me see. I think I
Okay,
came to Henderson. I wasn't born in Henderson, so came to Henderson when I was 12 years old.
right.
So let me see. That was the early '70s. Yeah, late '60s, early '70s. Came to Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a little racial tension. When we used to go there. Was it much racial tension when you were coming up that you can recall
Not
uh,
well.
in
See, the
Oxford?
our school was the black students were the majority.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, um, we I didn't experience it personally because
Mm-hmm.
I was so involved um with black students.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I guess through cheerleading and whatnot. And besides that, I was told early on, if I wanted to be a good cheerleader, I better follow the black ladies
Mm-hmm. Okay. Get
because
that rhythm, huh?
white girls would get made fun of if you didn't know how to cheer. So you better find some black
Get,
girlfriends if you think you're
get,
going
get,
to cheer.
yeah, get that rhythm. Okay.
Yes. Now
Now,
that I
Ben,
learned early on.
yeah, now Ben, you said that the blacks were the majority. Now, was Oxford more of a more black folks in
Yeah.
Oxford than there were
A
in
lot of people, say that it was split even.
Okay.
Um, and I went back and did a little bit of research
Mm-hmm.
and race wise, and my high school was majority black students.
Okay. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if a lot of the white kids went to private school or what, but I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you that growing up, what they don't have today is everybody went to the same school. You didn't have charter schools, you didn't have this, you didn't have that. If you lived in the projects or if you lived in a country club, you went to the same school.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is what's hurting a lot of young people right now, is they don't have the diversity at school to teach them important life lessons. I mean, when you are around only the same types of people, you're not learning, you're not growing, and you get out there in the real world and you know, you're not contributing anything positive to society by only staying with the same group of people.
Right. I agree with you on that. I do. I agree. I do
I
agree
mean,
with that.
diversity is our strength.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. So when did you move to Henderson, or did you move to Henderson?
I moved to Fayetteville after high school, and for 10 years, 9/11 happened, and I lost all of my business. All of my clients went to war. So I moved back to Oxford to help take care of my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I met my husband a week later.
Now back up a minute.
Okay.
You say you lived in Fayetteville.
Yes.
So when did you leave Oxford then to come into Fayetteville?
I left Oxford in 1989.
89.
Mm-hmm.
You came, so you left Oxford in 89 and came to
And
Fayetteville.
moved to Fayetteville
Okay.
and lived and worked there for 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Where now I live in Fayetteville.
All right.
Yeah, I'm in Fayetteville
My little
now.
shop was on Hope Mills Road.
Hope Mills Road. I
Yes.
know Hope Mills Road. What
It
was your shop?
tips, tangles, and toes.
It's like a beauty salon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I came here in I'm retired Air Force, by the way.
All right.
Let me see. I came to here in 92 and I've been here ever since. I was
I
at
loved
Pope
Fayetteville,
Air
but let
Force
me
Base
tell
at
you,
that. Mm-hmm.
I met some of the most wonderful people. I loved Fayetteville. Fayetteville gets a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
I had friends from all over the world.
It's a diverse town, isn't it?
Oh, I loved it. I
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
loved it. Small town girl
Mm-hmm.
moves to Fayetteville, and I have friends from, Germany, Scotland, from
Yeah.
all over the world. And
Oh
it
yeah.
really,
Yeah.
and I also volunteered at the VA. So
Okay.
I got in tight with a lot of the veterans. I worked with the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
I also mentored women when they got out of prison.
Mm.
I gave them makeovers to help them find jobs.
Okay.
So a lot of the work that I did in Fayetteville is what started me on my journey into service work in community and even in politics.
So you had the salon on Hope Mills Road
Yes.
in Fayetteville,
Yes.
and you said you were here till
9/11.
9/11.
And
Okay.
about 3 months after 9/11, all my business dried up
Mm.
because everybody had, been deployed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I made the decision to move back to the area. My mother was getting older, and I wanted to be able to assist her,
Okay.
if she had needs. She was seen by herself,
Yeah.
and I just thought it was the right choice to make, to come
Yeah.
home to help my mother.
Oh yeah. 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 Of course.
And ironically, I was miserable. I grieved Fayetteville. I grieved the culture. I came back and I was just like, oh, I missed it so bad. And I said, well, I guess I'll just have to do the same thing here
Mm-hmm.
that I did in Fayetteville, because
Okay.
that's what brings me true joy
Mm-hmm.
is
Okay.
is service work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So did you open up a place there?
No, I went to Henderson, met a girl that owned a salon and walked in and started working second day I moved back, and I've been there ever since.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the place there?
Sheer Magic on Dabney Drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been there a long time.
Oh yeah. How's the business there?
It's good. I've worked. Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All types of clients or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What you all specialize in?
Well, I specialize in color and razor cuts. I also do, since I was trained to do military cuts, I do some military cuts. But we have an esthetician there. She does eyebrows. She does the whole thing. So, and then we have a few senior clients that come in. So most of our clients are regulars. We don't, we do walk-ins, but we really don't have time because we stay pretty busy. Thank God. Thank God.
So that is your actual business now, and
I do not own it. I lease my space.
okay, I got you. I got you.
Mhm.
Okay, same thing. Well, that still makes you the owner, right?
Well, I do act like I own it. So, hey,
Okay. Oh, so that's a franchise. You saying then?
no,
That name.
sir. It's a, two gentlemen own it. They own
Mhm.
some properties on Dabney Drive, and they lease out the spaces for the hairdressers.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. So I thought that name that's not
No,
your brand. Okay.
no, sir, it is not.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So what led you into the political arena?
Barack Obama.
Mm, okay. And
Barack Obama.
what was it about him that made you want to get knee deep into politics?
Because I had lived in Fayetteville, the majority of the people in Fayetteville were Republican. It's just part of the military town. So
Mm-hmm.
they were on me about Ronald Reagan and being patriotic and all of this. And back then you could differ in politics and have a cordial conversation.
Right.
And I heard Obama speak for the first time, and my heart, I could feel my heart. He was speaking. I don't want to say JFK because that's a different parable.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that he was born to do great things by the way he presented his speeches,
Mm-hmm.
the way he spoke, the substance and meat of his speeches.
Mm-hmm.
Not anybody can write a speech.
Right.
Okay. But you could tell he meant what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I started paying a little bit of attention. And the next thing I know, he's the nominee.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was it.
I
And
think
then I also started marching with Reverend Barber.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Memorial Monday, all of that. So, and now he told me, he said, you need to go back. Reverend Barber told me this.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go back to Vance County and find Willie T. Ramey. I said, yes, sir. What am I supposed to do when I find? He said, Reverend Willie T. Ramey, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you go find him and talk to him. He's going to put you to work.
Mm.
And so I did. I found Dr. Ramey, Willie T. Ramey, and he began mentoring me. He was the treasurer of the Democratic Party, Vance County, for 35, maybe 40 years. And he said, you go into headquarters and do what they tell you to do. I said, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. He said, that's not your responsibility. You just go in there. If you see an old lady trying to lift a box, lift it for her.
Mm.
If you see an old man trying to take the trash out, take it out for him. And so after being around the Vance County Democratic Party, I noticed that the majority of them were seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, why are these seniors having to, where are the people?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the people? And so I would just show up. I didn't have a title yet. Then I was thrown in as third vice chair. And then, whatever they needed. And then Dr. Ramey would tell me, we need you to build a bridge. I said, what kind of bridge, Dr. Ramey? He said, you need to go out in the white community and bring some of them white people in this building. I said, you're exactly right, because they have no business celebrating Democratic victories at the country club while they drink their champagne off the backs of these Black senior volunteers. Mm. I said, so I will be stepping on a lot of toes. And I had no problem doing that. Mm-hmm. I said, are you a Democrat? Do you love your country? Do you want to win this election? We need to come together. I remember one time I was so mad. I found out somebody had a fundraiser and didn't invite a single one of our board members.
Really?
So guess what I did?
What you did?
I showed up. I went to the fundraiser and I interrupted the fundraiser. Mm. And I said, if you want to win, if you want a Democrat to win in this city, you have got to prove yourself to the Black volunteers that you care enough to come out of your homes and come down there and put in the work. And this division going on, the rich whites, we are either one party or we're nothing.
That's right.
And it took me years. But through Dr. Ramey's mentorship, we now have a racially equal board. We let me tell you something. This last election, we put Henderson on the map. We had people from all over the country canvassing, flying in, knocking doors. And I don't mean just, I'm talking about people from DC in our communities. And then they would say, what can we do to help these people in need, the doors we're knocking on? Mm-hmm. Because they were like, I want to canvass, but I want to help this man get some medicine. Mm-hmm. So it was a transformative community. It was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. Mm-hmm. This last election, everything just clicked. Mm-hmm. and they just poured in the resources to Vance County. Mm. And it was beautiful. It was mm-hmm. absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. So all the hard work paid off. Yeah. Now this Dr. Ramey, Willie T. Ramey. Yes.
Is he still around?
He passed away. Uh-huh. He passed away right before the election. We have a memorial of him at the headquarters.
Okay.
Okay. He passed away.
He's a Henderson native?
He was born in Warrenton.
In Warrenton.
Do you remember the oil spill they had in Warrenton?
The oil spill?
Yeah, the gas. Mm-mm. It was a group of protesters that were protesting the oil that was leaking in the water. Mm. This was in 1970, I think. He led that movement.
Okay.
He was also a pastor, but he was also a principal.
Where
he was a principal in Warrenton and Vance County.
In Vance County?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna look this guy up.
You need to look Reverend Willie T. Ramey, and you need to look up that podcast they did on his movement to stop these oil companies.
You said it was back in about 1970?
Yes, it was 1970.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out.
So he was pretty much an icon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much an icon.
Okay.
And
so
he was definitely a father figure to me. Mm-hmm. But he when he got sick, the last thing he told me on the phone, he said, I chose you to lead. Now go lead. And I love you. And those were his last words to me. And so I took that right before the election, and I told the board members and all the volunteers, everything we do from here on out is in honor of Reverend Willie T. Ramey. And every candidate that comes in, we're going to introduce them to him through this picture. We're going to let them know, because I have a board up there of all our volunteers, a photo board. And I mean, everybody would say, Lord, Dr. Ramey would love this. Oh my, and he didn't get to live to see, but I know he saw. I have no doubt.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, he wasn't physically present to witness such a beautiful movement, a vision which he had had his whole life. But we honored him in by all the work. Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You need a minute? Take a minute.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Everything that I do, I always have, and he was hard on me. He was hard.
Yeah.
He's in everything that I do so far as political work.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, so you but you now you've been the chairperson for what, going on for
this will be my third year.
Third year. So what were you doing before
second term?
Before the chair? Is that where you come in from, Dr. Ramey?
You have a convention every year, and the public comes and you're nominated and they can vote you in.
What were you doing before you became the chairperson?
I was the third vice chair, I think. First vice chair, then second.
Okay. Okay. So you kind of move.
Yes. Moved up.
Okay. So as you move up. I
didn't start at the top.
So if you move up, the numbers decrease.
Yes.
So right now you at the top.
You have a chair. And you have a first vice chair, which Mr. Brody is our first vice chair.
Okay.
And my friend. Then you have a third vice chair, second vice chair, third. Then you have a treasurer, and then you have a secretary.
Okay.
We also added a board position for parliamentarian. And former Representative Terry Garrison is our parliamentarian.
So you voted in or out every 2 years?
Yes.
By who?
We hold a convention, and the board nominates somebody, but the public can vote on it.
So the public, okay.
Yeah, the board doesn't decide.
Okay, okay.
It has to be voted on at the convention.
What is the job of the chairperson? I mean, I'm quite sure everybody don't know, but
what we do is we meet and organize with the North Carolina Democratic Party. We are constantly in contact and been given information to spread to the county. We get detailed information on candidates.
Okay.
Who's coming, who's running. And it is our job to invite them to our town, county, to meet the voters. We have to set all of that up. We have to raise money to keep the doors open. We have to stay on top of the Board of Election rulings. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Is that a paid job?
No, honey.
So you
get paid nary.
Really?
Volunteer. It should be a paid position. I don't know why it's not, but the North Carolina Democratic Party does not pay its county chairs.
Republicans do the same thing, right?
Now, you know what? I don't know what they do. I don't think they paid their,
or something similar. I mean, as far as
right.
having,
I don't think it's a state law. I think it's a party law.
okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
we don't make any money.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, they have the same setup, similar
I
with.
would think so, but now they
Uh-huh.
might be getting paid behind the scenes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
Angie Thornton has never taken a dollar because I can't be bought and I won't be bought.
I hear you.
But
I
I
hear
don't know
you.
what them Republicans are doing with their chairs. I don't know if they're slipping money in their pockets or not. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. So any election, I mean, definitely like for your county, I mean, for the city officials,
Yes.
that's where you all come in.
We come in and we provide the community with voting information. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
municipal elections are a little bit different
Okay.
because with municipal elections, there's more than one Democrat on the ballot. So our bylaws state that we cannot endorse a candidate when there's more than one Democrat on the ballot.
Mm.
Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Well, uh, I don't understand. I mean, so if it's one person,
If
you
it
can
was a
give.
Republican running against the Democrat for a seat, we can
Uh-huh.
endorse the Democrat.
You can, okay.
If there's four Democrats running for the same seat, we can't endorse any of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What if it's two Republicans and two Democrats running? I mean, does that make sense what I'm about to ask
I
you?
know exactly what you're saying.
Running for some positions, can you support those two
Uh,
Democrats to
we
boost them
all right. Let me back this up.
against those Republicans?
There's a big difference in endorsing a candidate and
Well,
supporting them.
support. Well, I want to say support. Support. My question is to give them monetary support, however you do it, by
Right.
flyers or whatever you do.
Right. What
Uh-huh.
we do is we are to stick to our bylaws. We are providing through the North Carolina Democratic Party access to flyers, voting information. We're having a canvas on the 13th. County to county and neighbors on call are coming to Vance County. We got 85 people coming in from all over the state. We got people from Henderson. The candidates will come and they'll all go knock doors
Mm.
to get out the vote.
Okay.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if candidate A is going to be there, it's going to be a lot of Democrats there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have this that we're going to give them access to the information and resources to help them get elected.
You got an election coming up, right?
Yes, sir. A
So
municipal
you all,
election.
so that's where you're gonna be having some people going out knocking.
Yes,
Actually,
sir. They will be here on the 13th. If anybody's listening to this podcast and wants to come join us to knock on doors, make phone calls, please contact one of us. It's going to be at the Vance County Democratic Party headquarters on 309 White Street, Saturday, September the 13th at 1:30. We'd love to have you.
now do they knock on all door? I mean, is it just a certain part of the county? I mean, is it county or just in the city that they?
Since it's a city election, it will just be canvassing in the city.
Okay, so y'all cover the whole city limits.
Yeah. Yes.
Kind of rare to see people come around and actually knocking on doors.
It started, you know how it started? It started with the general election.
Mm-hmm.
They came to Henderson and fell in love with us. We fed them so good. We loved on them so good. They were like, we want to come back. They fell in love with our citizens. They fell in love with our volunteers. They fell in love with our spirit. And they're like, we're coming back. And, a lot of people say, we'll be back. We'll be back. No, these people have stayed in touch. What do you need? What can we help? There's a municipal election coming up. What can we do to help? They love coming to Henderson. And I mean, you know, it makes me feel good because Henderson gets such a bad rap. And we have these visitors from all over the state that come in, and they come back from a canvas and they're like, we met the most wonderful people. And so, you know, it's a grassroots, you know, and it's not a rush thing, because when you talk to old people, you're going to be there a while. And you cannot implement Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham protocol in rural America. It's a whole different ball game. And I spend the majority of my time explaining this to the higher ups, that a lot of these people out in the county, they don't even have Wi-Fi. They don't have access to computers and information. We got to go talk to them and inform them of the issues. We can't rely on social media. You know, we have to go to these places. We have to meet them where they are and inform them of the issues. And they get it. I mean, I have to say the North Carolina Democratic Party was like, you know, they came in and they're like, what, you tell us what to do. And because you're not in Charlotte, you're not in Raleigh, and you're not in Durham. You're in a rural county and a rural area. Yeah.
Why you said a lot of the folks don't have Wi-Fi now? Is that because Wi-Fi is just not distributed out to those areas?
It's some pockets out there, like Hilltop, like going to Franklinton, the Vance, that they still don't have Wi-Fi.
Really? These days. I mean, if they wanted it, if they wanted it, they couldn't get it. That's what you're saying.
Right.
It's just that it's not available.
Right.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, isn't it?
That is. That really is unbelievable.
It is. And so I do know that the governor's working on that.
Yeah.
I mean, access for rural counties.
Yeah. I was going to ask you whose job is it to kind of fix a problem like that?
Congress, the North Carolina General Assembly.
Yeah. Now, you know, you say you praising Henderson for the, you know, the kind of town that it is. Now, I grew up in Henderson, and I'm gonna tell you, I like Henderson. I really do. But now I left in 75, and I have a sister that lives there. I come back from time to time. Matter of fact, I'll be there going down to Henderson Point for a family reunion on the 19th. Now, some of the sections in Henderson, as I ride around, you know, I go back to I'm from Flint. You familiar with Flint Hill?
Yeah, I know. I canvassed in Flint Hill. I know Flint Hill.
It hadn't changed since I left there.
I know.
Now, also, the Clark Street. Now, I'm gonna talk about Henderson a little bit. Okay,
go for it.
And see, I'm gonna see what you can tell me, because I talked to one of your council people there about a week ago. We were just having a general conversation. Clark Street. Some of the cross streets that cross Clark Street. I can't give you the names because I can't remember the names. Now, at one time, Clark Street was predominantly white folks, right? I think it's mainly black folks live on Clark Street now. And as I do some of my riding around, and I mean, I see people with houses that say white folks used to live in. You got some black folks living there now. They got couches on the front porch. They got couches in the yard. Is there a city ordinance for something like that? I mean, it really, you know, when I see that, to me, and even the, I guess they call it, let's say the area before you speak. Remember where the old drugstore used to be?
The old Mass drugstore.
There you go. Over in that area. Same thing.
I know.
Now,
And then you have the
Can the city,
homeless. Yeah.
can the city control that? Because it really brings the I guess, what's the word I want to use? Um, but definitely hurts the visual to see that.
Yes,
I'm
it
sure it
does.
brings the property value down to
It
see that.
does. It does.
What can be done about that, Angie? If you,
It has always been my understanding that the heartbeat of a city and the restoration of a city has to start with downtown.
mhm,
And then the other parts of the city take their cues from downtown.
okay,
If you look at the redevelopment of Franklinton, the redevelopment of Granville County, Oxford, I don't know if it's old money. I don't know exactly who is responsible, but the downtown needs to be redeveloped to bring in restoration for other parts of the city. And the number one thing they say is parking. Okay, well, there was a presentation done about a parking garage.
mm,
And there's always something wrong with all these ideas. And that is my personal opinion. It ultimately falls on the city representatives. Now, I say that with a grain of salt because the prior people who had power for the past 30 years, 40, they didn't do anything to improve downtown, nor Clark Street, nor any other areas of the city.
mhm,
So to blame the current sitting city council members is bullshit.
mhm.
So my question is, what kind of old money is putting a stop to progress in downtown Henderson? And my guess would be is somebody that has their eyes on another project, that they're not going to be satisfied with restorating or improving anything because they want this over here. That
Okay.
is my take on it.
Mhm.
If that makes
Um,
any sense.
yeah, well, when you say old money, now a lot of that old money left town, didn't it? When the cotton mill closed down, when the was it J.P. Taylor shut down? Um, the glass plant, is it still operating?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Fram is
Mm-hmm.
Fram used to be out there one time also.
I'm
Is
not
that
sure if
still?
he is, but it's still out there. When I say old money, I don't necessarily mean business folks.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about people that have inherited wealth.
Mm-hmm. Well, where did they inherit their wealth from though? From some of those old businesses, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, tobacco, that was
yes. Oh,
big money,
tobacco. Yes,
you
yes,
know. So that was
yes.
J.P. Taylor at that time. Um uh so you say at one point they were talking about a parking garage. I mean, is it that much business that's maybe coming to Henderson or in
They
Henderson
have been,
that you could use a parking garage?
when businesses come and they make a proposal to the downtown development, the number one issue they have before wanting to bring a business here is parking.
Mm-hmm.
I know that has stopped a lot of progress and growth. I
Mm-hmm.
do know that I think Vance County um, makes it a little bit more difficult to acquire a business in the county. It's so much red tape.
Mm-hmm.
Why that is, I don't know. I don't know who makes those rules or laws, the downtown development. I know
Mm-hmm.
Tracy Madigan, she's a nice lady. She grew up in Henderson. I don't think she's doing anything to not bring businesses here. As a matter of fact, she was honored at the Torch Awards. She does a lot for the community. But at the same time, it's going to take a lot of people to demand things to change.
What are some of the I just use the word big business. What are some of the businesses there that's kind of maybe helping to keep the city afloat or keeping people employed? Because you're
You
closest.
got Walmart
Okay.
distribution, Walmart distribution. You got the glass plant. You got the hospitals.
Hospitals.
Mariah Parham.
Yeah,
you got that hospital.
I mean, you said it with an S. Is there another hospital?
There's a two emergency clinics on the road at the hospital. I include them in that.
Okay.
I don't think they're a part of the hospital.
Like urgent care centers or something like that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I do know that McGregor Hall is one of the most beautiful theaters in the state.
I've been there.
It's beautiful. I think that brings a lot of money to the community. I just wish they would be more diverse with their programming. Which I think maybe they're working on. That so I mean,
is it enough business there, you think, to sustain the city, especially with the young folks that maybe, I don't know what the population of Henderson is now.
No, we need something for these young folks. Okay. I know they're thinking about doing a couple of parks. I know there is a Eddie Hicks Park that they're trying to get through, Eddie Hicks.
Right. Yeah, I know. I went to school with Eddie. Yeah.
Yes. Well, they've been working on that
for
the past 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know what the holdup is.
I mean, jobs. What kind of jobs to bring in? Is there anything as far as bringing in any particular type jobs that may help bring the city up?
I think if we had somebody that could go encourage people to, because there's some land behind the hospital that would be perfect for a business, a company.
I know you got a Lowe's. I think I saw Lowe's there.
Yeah, we've got but there is some land behind the hospital that would be great for a program, a state-run facility, something like that. Bring in some money that way, jobs. So, I mean, there's plenty of space.
Yeah.
We just need to fill them with businesses. And that is above my pay grade.
Yeah, I understand. Now, you didn't answer my question. Maybe you didn't have an answer for it, but on the ugly things that I see sometime when I come to town, is there
there's the ugly things.
Is there a city ordinance against things like that?
I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think it's supposed to be. And I know it is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking to see that.
Yeah, it is. It is, when I see things like that, I just wonder, where do these people come from? They come from way out in the damn country, way out in the country somewhere where, they just take the couch and just throw it out in the yard and just,
I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
What's the crime like around in Henderson these days? Is it getting better, or from what you can see?
I think I think that they need to we have had Mr. Brody's organization, Carolina United for Change. We have a scholarship set up, in honor of his son through Vance Scramble. And we have an event every year where we educate people on gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
And we raise money for a scholarship for a student at Vance Scramble whose life has been affected by gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had a couple of meetings where the law enforcement has been and all of that. I went to one of the mayor's anti-human trafficking educational forums, which was wonderful. I'm a big advocate against human trafficking. We're right off the interstate.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I firmly believe that if you can tackle the drugs, they all go together. Human trafficking, drugs, guns, they all go together.
Mm-hmm.
And I do know that I went to an event last year, and we have anti-human trafficking cameras set near the highways, and it has saved lives.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
The state attorney general, Elaine Marshall, came to the Vance County Police Department and presented them with a grant for that. And they showed us how they were implementing it and how it was saving lives. So, you don't hear about that, but
no, you don't. So where they place it, like on the major highways within the city limits, or kind of on the
right
edges?
near the interstates.
Okay. And someone monitor those cameras, or is just that if something happens, they can go back and take a look?
I believe that they are monitored.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, that's high tech.
Yes, I was overjoyed with that.
Do they have you think that they have a lot of cameras in town like that in other strategic areas, like
they did not give us the location at the meeting for whatever
that's probably a good
reason.
thing. Yeah, that's probably.
But honey, I drove through town to see where they were, and they are downtown and at the off spots to the highway.
Okay.
And I'm very proud of our law enforcement for that.
Yeah. Well, what's the size of your law enforcement there?
I don't have an accurate count.
But they do a good job.
Sir?
They do a good job of.
They do a good job with what they have. They need to pay them more and give them more resources.
Okay. What else you got, Angie, you want to bring to people's attention?
I just wanted to say that, I've had a ball tonight, and I don't mind talking.
Well, I'm glad you're talking. I need people like you to come on and, and share information. I think everybody has a unique voice, and everybody has a story to tell. That's what I believe.
I believe so. And we're all connected.
Yes, we are. But like I say, anytime you want to come on, let me know, and I'll be glad to open up a session for you, and just put stuff out there so people can listen, and they may get something out of it. They may not.
I hope so, because podcasts are in now. You're setting the trend. I mean, that's where the information is getting out to people, is through podcasts. So I appreciate you doing it.
Yes, ma'am. Now, can I ask you some questions?
Go ahead.
Okay. So when you were coming up, were you a blind date, or I need to get to know you?
Oh, honey, I got to get to know you.
Is that right?
I got to get to know you. I got to know everything.
Okay. No blind dates, huh?
No.
Okay. Let me see what else I want.
Not that I can remember.
I want to ask you about that feral cat that shows up.
Oh,
I went on your Facebook page. I had to take a look and see. Tell me about the cat.
Tommy is a cat that showed up during the winter, and we had a bunch of cats. I live out in the county, and we rescue animals out here. And he showed up, and I just fell in love with him. And he's feral. He won't let me near him, but I'm making progress. And I'm going to have him in my lap soon.
Mm-hmm. Do you sing to him?
Yes, I sing to him.
I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you to start singing to him.
Honey, I sing to him, and let me tell you something. Yes, I sing to him, of course. And
that's not working.
Yeah, it's working. He's getting closer. I mean, he doesn't run. I mean, he'll lay out there, and I'll sing to him and talk to him, and you know, I'm all for a lost cause, and I tell him every day, I'm like, you done hit the lottery, Tommy boy. We're gonna take good care of you, because I love animals. I love animals.
How close will they let you get?
It will lay about that far from my feet.
Oh, really?
But if I turn to stand to get up, it'll run.
Really?
But it's getting closer and closer. It's getting there.
Do you have another pet with you when you?
I have another female cat in the house.
I mean, when you approach him, do you have one with you?
No. It's just me.
Why not? Maybe he'll see.
Well, no, he's seen it through the window.
Oh.
Yeah, they talk through the window. They chirp and chit chat. Yeah, they have all kinds of conversation through the window, because my inside cat is a diva. She don't go outside. She don't want her feet dirty.
Oh.
She's a show cat.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they chit chat through the window, and she knows he's out there, and he knows she's in here.
Okay.
And I tell him, I'm like, you're coming inside. You know that, right?
Yeah, you're gonna get him eventually.
I'm gonna get him.
I got you. Okay.
I'm gonna get him.
Okay. Let me see if there's anything else I want to ask you before I let you go. Have you traveled outside the United States?
I have not. I've been all over the United States, but I had a trip planned. My father-in-law paid for us to fly into Canada to go on an Alaskan cruise.
Okay.
But he fell and broke his hip, so we didn't get to go. So no, I have not been outside the United States, but I've been all over the United States.
Okay.
I want to travel abroad. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So of all of the cities that you have traveled in the United States, do you have a favorite?
Well, I love DC. I love DC. Now, I don't want to live there, but I love the city. I love going there. New York. I love New York. I may be a Southern belle, but I have a city soul. I love culture. I love museums. I love music. So I would have to say DC, New York. Those would probably be my two favorite cities. Okay.
I got you. Okay. Well, I think that may cover what I want to ask you for now. But like I say, look, Angie, really, anytime you want to come and talk, let me know. And I do hope you will come back and talk to me again.
I'll be glad to come back.
Okay. Well, Angie, I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me on the edge.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for all you're doing, spreading the word and allowing information to be put out there in accurate form.
Okay. All right, Angie. Well, thanks a lot, okay?
Thank you, and you have a good evening.
Thank you now. You too. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.